The Chiefs could have used Caitlin Clark at quarterback last night based on this epic new video. WNBA star Caitlin Clark may have completed more passes during a viral Gatorade video than Patrick Mahomes did in the first half of last night's Super Bowl. Clark appeared at a Gatorade event in New Orleans where they had her try on what basically amounted to beer goggles as she attempted to replicate what it would be like throwing a football while dehydrated. With the goggles on, her target practice session wasn't awe-inspiring. It looked every bit as bad as Mahomes' 6 for 14 passing for 33 yards and 2 interceptions performance in the first half against the Philadelphia Eagles. "This is impossible," Clark shouts as she misses target after target. Then, through the magic of Gatorade, or simply being able to see again, Clark starts throwing strikes. Absolute daggers. Yes, it seems that Caitlin Clark excels at basketball, soccer, baseball, golf, and football. Caitlin Clark showing off again. Many people were impressed with Caitlin Clark's skills with the pigskin. Chief among them was Barstool Sports president Dave Portnoy, who shared the video and captioned it, "Casual Cannon." The video has been viewed well over 2 million times at this point. Gatorade was naturally impressed as well. "Who's drafting her?" They asked on X. "The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants could use a decent quarterback if we're being honest. And of course, the Jets, now that they've canned Aaron Rodgers. She is such a supreme athlete. Clark would have dominated any sport she wanted," one fan wrote on the socials. "She's a multi-sport talent." This isn't the first time we've seen Caitlin Clark show off her talents in different sports. We all know what she can do on the basketball court. Rookie of the Year, countless rookie records last season for the Indiana Fever. Scoring machine, transcendent athlete. But she also impresses when she steps out. Whether she's hitting dingers in the batting cages or showing off on the pitch, Clark always seems to impress. A video of Clark playing soccer as a high school freshman had the internet equally ablaze this past September. The clip showed the WNBA superstar scoring a goal while shadowed by 2 defenders by launching the ball from a tight angle. Prior to that, a video cropped up on social media showing Clark hitting a dinger in batting practice. Her prowess on the golf course has had its ups and downs. She went viral for almost hitting a hole-in-one, but then she nearly took a spectator's dome off at an LPGA Pro-Am event. Caitlin Clark's skills off the basketball court should come as no surprise. Her parents had her playing softball, volleyball, soccer, tennis, and golf as a child before she eventually settled on basketball. She's an all-around tremendous athlete. WNBA free agency formed 5 fun new pairings, including Dejounte Carrington and NaLyssa Smith in Dallas. WNBA free agency is nearly complete, and the league looks drastically different. More than a dozen former All-Stars have switched, a list that includes 8 2024 All-Stars: Kelsey Plum, Jewell Loyd, Sadhu Sabally, Alyssa Thomas, DeWanna Bonner, Brittany Griner, and Brianna Jones. As a result, several teams, the Wings, Sun, and Mercury, look entirely different. Some, the Fever and Sparks, simply upgraded around their existing core. Others lost a few important bench pieces, the Aces and Liberty. There will be plenty of time for free agency grades and preseason power rankings, but for now, let's take a look at which new fun duos emerged as a result of offseason moves. NaLyssa Smith and Dejounte Carrington, Dallas Wings. NaLyssa Smith and Dejounte Carrington were teammates at Baylor, and they also happen to now be in a relationship. As a result of recent trades, the couple will reunite on the Wings. Carrington landed in Dallas via a trade that sent J.C. Sheldon to Connecticut, while Smith was traded from the Fever in the 4-team trade that brought Sophie Cunningham to Indiana. It won't be their first time sharing the floor nor living in Texas, but it is their first time doing so as professionals. Last spring, Carrington and Smith faced off in the playoffs as members of the Connecticut Sun and Indiana Fever, respectively. Now, they'll run it back as teammates. Sadhu Sabally and Alyssa Thomas, Phoenix Mercury. Sabally and Thomas were 2 of the top prospects of WNBA free agency, and both are do-it-all players whose versatility stands out. Both stars have spent their entire WNBA careers on teams that didn't have its own practice facility, the Wings and Sun, respectively. But now, both will get the opportunity to play for one of the league's most well-resourced franchises in the Mercury. While both can easily be described as versatile, the Stars also have unique skill sets. Sabally is fresh off the best three-point shooting season, while Thomas doesn't take them. But both players are offensive hubs in their own right and will provide an interesting on-court pairing. Courtney Vandersloot and Camila Cardoso, Chicago Sky. Vandersloot returns to the organization where she began her career, and this time, she'll be playing alongside two of the league's upcoming post players in Camila Cardoso and Angel Reese. Vandersloot's presence should elevate the play of both incoming sophomores, but her playmaking should particularly be of service to Cardoso, who was an elite finisher in college but didn't have an elite distributing guard in her rookie season. Cardoso, the third overall pick in the 2024 draft, averaged 9.8 points and 7.9 rebounds in her rookie season. With Vandersloot at the helm and one more year of experience under her belt, those scoring numbers are poised to increase. Caitlin Clark and Natasha Howard, Indiana Fever. Caitlin Clark will be a part of several intriguing duos on the Indiana Fever next season, with the front office bringing in Dewana Bonner, Sophie Cunningham, Natasha Howard, Sydney Colson, and others. But the new on-court pairing of her and Howard is particularly intriguing. Howard, who signed with the Fever after 2 seasons with the Dallas Wings, is an elite rim runner whose game should be elevated by Clark's presence. She can spread the floor by shooting. She can dictate the floor as a point guard, Howard said of Clark in her introductory press conference. She's an amazing passer, so I can't wait to run the floor and get those passes. Kelsey Plum and Derica Hamby, Los Angeles Sparks. Kelsey Plum and Derica Hamby were teammates on the Las Vegas Aces team that won a championship in 2022, and now, both former 6th Player of the Year winners will reunite in a new city, Los Angeles. Hamby has upped her production significantly since landing in LA 2 years ago. Last season, she averaged 17.3 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. But she hasn't had another personnel around her to field a playoff team, and Plum's arrival via a 3-team trade helps with that. Plum, meanwhile, will likely play a bigger role offensively than she has to date in her career. Her best offensive season was in 2022, when she averaged 20.2 points per game on 46% shooting. Hamby was her teammate then. Plum will likely need to recreate that type of offensive to elevate the Sparks back to playoff contention.